We're back, Mix 1041, MixTV.tv, and we are joined by our friends Jay and Brittany Hagee with Allon Planning Partners. Guys, how in the world are you?
Good morning. We're doing good.
It's great to see you.
Doing great.
Enjoying the Christmas season.
Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful time of the year, and I do want to welcome you back. And there's so many people who have listened and commented and watched and said, "Look, you guys are doing a tremendous job." And we thank you for what you're pointing out to the audience. It really means something to them, so I appreciate you doing it.
Absolutely.
I've heard you talk a lot about the roadmap, roadmap to retirement. And, no matter, you've said it, no matter what road you choose, you're bound running into some roadblocks, some detours. Let's talk through some of those today. And my friend Perry Gillum used to say, there's always a solution,
That's it.
Brittany.
That's right.
That's where we want to start with this conversation because, man, he influenced our lives in some massive ways. And that infiltrates through our business as well. And so this is one area that we learned a lot from him, and he always said that there's always a solution. So when we talk about our financial planning, we are very purpose-based with our planning, and we're also solution-based. So you're going to have or face problems with your finances. Here's what I'm struggling with, or here's what I'm trying to work towards, and here's what I'm struggling with trying to get there. Here's the roadblock in the way. So here's the problem, and we want to come up with some solutions for that. And one is when you feel really paralyzed by what we've experienced this year, the inflation and the market volatility.
It
and
can be
just
a huge roadblock.
Because you're afraid and you're thinking, I don't know how to invest. I don't know where to invest.
Should I continue investing?
I don't know if I should invest because it's so unpredictable. I don't
Right.
want to put money in and lose it all. I don't want to put money in when the market's down and it continued to decrease. But that is a number one mistake. People choosing to stop contributing to their 401ks or retirement accounts in times where the market is down. Because, man, when the market's down, you can buy low. You can buy in and then really experience some growth. But fear, again, that's what we talk so much about. Don't make decisions based out of fear because that fear can cause you to really miss out on
Those are the worst decisions.
those wins.
Oh,
It
yeah,
really,
most
really
certainly.
is. So the solution, again, we talk about it all the time. Control what you can control. Put a plan in place that addresses some of those concerns and make sure that you're positioned in a way that fits your stage of life, how close you are to retirement, your time horizon, and your overall plan. Put your funds in positioned in a way that makes sense for your
And
overall
we've seen
plan.
that this year, especially, most of the folks that are feeling that fear of the volatility and everything going on are in that retirement red zone, we call it, within 5 years of retiring, because they realize my time horizon's short. When I need to
Time
use
is
this
limited.
money
Right.
is short because within the next 5 years, I'd like to retire. Or maybe next year I'm thinking about retiring. Man, am I positioned correctly? So Brittany said it well, as the solution is make sure that you have a good plan put together and that you are controlling what you can control and you're positioning yourself well. That's where we come in to help. We make sure that you're positioned well for the stage of life you're in and the season that you're in. So these roadblocks that we've seen time and time again, another big one is the retirement mindset.
This is a big one.
And we, talk to a lot of folks about this because it's when you retire. So that 5-year range here, when you really step into retirement, going from an accumulation, because people spend their whole life growing their funds. Growth, put away and save, I have to grow. And then they go into retirement and they realize they have to start spending this down. So it's a decumulation mindset or a distribution mindset, right? And so that can be really difficult psychologically.
To see your accounts go down.
Yeah.
Because we've not ever taken from these funds. We've saved them all of our life. I have family members that they just still can't even spend the nest egg that they put up because they're still in the accumulation mode and they're entering retirement. So we have to help folks with that and transition to understand, hey, it's natural to feel that way. But ultimately, if you've planned well, prepared well, and you're positioned correctly, you should be able to utilize this bucket of funds now that you're no longer getting a paycheck as an income plan for you.
And the planning is key to be able to make that, distinction or that jump from accumulation mindset to distribution mindset.
Yeah.
If you have a proper plan in place, man, that can really be a smooth transition because it's turnkey. That's the kind of plans we craft, that we want people to experience that really smooth transition into retirement.
And that includes budgeting and income planning right through retirement, because you have to make sure our number one fear isn't realized that we're going to run out of money. That's everyone's number one fear. or am I
Don't
going to
wanna
run out of
run
money?
out.
So we got to put a plan together for budgeting and income planning, but it also includes things like, how do I minimize taxes through retirement? Is my estate plan put together correctly?
What about healthcare?
Yeah, what
That's
about
a big
healthcare? What about
one, right?
Medicare? And so we incorporate a team approach. So we have a Medicare specialist, we have a tax attorney, we have a CPA that we utilize, we have an estate attorney that we utilize that comes to our office and speaks with folks. And so we don't try to do this alone, but we are a quarterback for this team as well.
Right.
And so if you are in a place to where you just may have a bucket of investments and like, how do I get to this plan, right? You want to make sure that the right team is working for you and that you're taking the approach that we're positioning you correctly, and you have to let someone quarterback this for you, and that's what we do.
Which kind of takes us into the third roadblock that we see so frequently is people not knowing where to start or who to go to, and not really understanding that all advisors don't operate the same way, don't function the same way,
Sure.
and can't offer the same thing. And so our advice is find an independent fiduciary advisor. That means that advisor is legally bound to work for you, not an insurance company, not a brokerage house,
yeah.
nothing like that. You want somebody who is sitting on the same side of the table as you. And that's why we started our own business, because that is how we chose to operate. We didn't want to be limited or held back by specific investments or had to meet sales quotas for certain products or something. That's not how we operate. We believe there is a better way, and working with an independent fiduciary advisor is
the right way.
the top recommendation there.
And how can people work with you? How can they find out more? Come sit down with you.
There's a couple ways. You can reach us by phone, 423-315-1441, or you can also go to our website, which is allonplanning.com. That's ALLON planning.com. You can schedule a complimentary consultation directly from our website. Our calendar is linked there where you can easily, quickly schedule an appointment, just to have, whether it's a phone call, you just want to talk with us and have a few questions answered, or if you want to come in and sit down, we'd love to sit with you and give you that complimentary review. That is what we offer to all of our radio listeners, to have an opportunity to sit down and evaluate where you are and help you formulate a plan to where you want to get to.
And so there's typically one of two types of people that we're speaking to today. And the first is, I've got a plan, I've got someone who's looking over this for me. Well, we ask those folks, are you confident enough in your plan to get a second review? To get a second opinion on that.
Yeah.
Because if you're confident in your plan, because you may not know, like Brittany was talking about before, is your advisor an independent fiduciary? Maybe they are, and I hope they are. I hope everyone is that way, but maybe not. And maybe you're doing this on your own, and you've never sought advice before at all. And that's the second group of people that we do not have a plan. We have investments, but that's what we know, right? And we would encourage you to call and schedule that appointment, or to go to our website and do that as well, because what we want to do is take away the fear of the unknown. And we want to make sure that's how you get peace. You're going to get peace when you come to understanding and
truth to
truth
light.
brings,
Just, you have
yes,
to face it.
absolutely.
Right.
And so we do that by taking everyone's individual situation and making sure they have a good retirement plan, income plan, tax plan, and estate plan built around, so that they don't have any questions any longer, that they know where they're headed, even in volatility. So we would love to do that for everyone listening today. You can feel free to reach out, 423-315-1441, and we would love to connect with you personally.
And the website one more time.
allonplanning.com. That's ALLON planning.com.
Jay and Brittany Hagee. It's Allon Planning Partners. Thank you very much. Great to see both of you.
Great to see you.
Merry
Good
to be here.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.